Hello everyone, this is your coding buddy Himanshu Singhania. So welcome to our channel Uncode Competitive Programming and also welcome to our dynamic programming lecture series. So we are going to learn today a very new interesting thing, that is DP on the string. So how we can apply the dynamic programming on string. In the previous lectures we have covered so many things about the dynamic programming. We have covered three types of pattern, that is the merge interval, that is the minimum and maximum part to reach a particular target, and also we have covered the introduction of the dynamic programming. We have covered the top down and bottom up approaches in the introduction part. So if you haven't not part that lecture, just please that watch first the introduction lecture, then come here, because without the basic building block that was the into the introduction lecture, you will never get understand the what is the dynamic programming, what are the approaches to solve, what are the approaches to apply them, what is the recursion. So all other things we have covered in that introduction wala part. Now we are going to learn a new pattern in the dynamic programming, that is the DP on the string. How we can apply the dynamic programming on the string. आपने काफी बार देखा ही होगा कि हमारे पास स्ट्रिंग दी होती है और हम उसमें कुछ ना कुछ डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग या फिर कुछ ना कुछ रिकरेंस रिलेशन बन रहा होता है. सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न that and also we are going to see how top down and bottom up approaches कैसे work करती है. So anyways, before jumping into the dynamic programming stuff, let me introduce myself first here. So myself Himanshu Singhania, and I am working in the Lenskart as a software engineer. So my area of expertise is backend developer, and I am also in the I have given the ACM ICPC twice. So I have experience of the competitive programming, and also I have the experience of the competitive contest like ACM ICPC, and win one of the ICPC. I think 2018 I got the 39 AIR. So I am also 2019 graduate student. So please don't call me sir here. I am just your coding buddy. So before jumping into the dynamic programming stuff, so let me introduce a very interesting thing about the Unacademy. So have you guys heard about the Unacademy Plus subscription? You guys can avail the Unacademy Plus subscription, and also you then in that Plus subscription you will be getting the India's best programmers. Yes guys, there will be lots of the programmer like 7-star, 6-star coder will be there, and you will be interacting with them in the live classes directly, and also you will be having a practice problem from the code chef. And also you will, if you stuck into any of the problem, if you have any of the doubt, there will be really good doubts for support for you guys. And there is not a financial problem, because if you guys take the course of the 6 month and 12 month, there will be no cost EMI, 0% interest guys. So there will be no cost EMI for you. And one more thing, if you guys apply this code HMS10, then you will get directly 10% off on the plus subscription, and also you will be having a really good problems from the course chef directly. So there are the few batches which are already going on the Unacademy, that is the Mahayuddha, which is the advanced programming topic batch, which have already started on the 6th of July, and you can go and watch all the advanced programming concept, and the duration of this course is 2 months only. And if you want to get the expertise and in the Java, then there is a batch for you, that is Eklavya 2.0, which have already started on 6th of July, and there will be a complete course on the Java for the beginners, and there is another batch, that is Brahmastra, that is for your placement preparation, which is also started on the 6th of July, and you can prepare your own campus and off campus both for in this batch. And also there is a really good thing guys, you guys can avail that plus subscription wala code, that was the HMS10, and you will be having 10% off directly. And also the duration of all the courses are given on the screen. So before starting in dynamic programming stuff, I just want you guys just please subscribe and share this channel among your friends. जितना ज़्यादा आप लाइक करोगे, शेयर करोगे एंड सब्सक्राइब करोगे, उतनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी के साथ नए स्टफ आपको सीखने को मिलेंगे. एंड ऑल्सो डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग जो भी है उसके अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम्स भी हम देखेंगे इसी चैनल पे. कई बार मैं लाइव भी आऊँगा जावा का कोर्स पढ़ाने के लिए भी. तो अगर आप इसको सब्सक्राइब नहीं करोगे तो हो सकता है कि यू गोना मिस दैट लेक्चर एज वेल. सो if you want to don't miss any challenge, any lecture, any challenge, any problem, just please subscribe and ask your friends to subscribe as well, and share this channel among your friends. Okay guys, So let's jump into the today's concept, that is the DP on the strings. How you are going to apply the dynamic programming on the string. Okay, so we have already watched the sum of the patterns, that is the distinct way, minimum maximum part to reach the target, and merge the intervals. I am again saying, guys, these are the patterns which is the not interrelated with each other. So only interrelated lecture is the introduction wala part. If you haven't watched that lecture first, then go there and watch the lecture first, the how to apply top down and bottom up approaches, and then comes to the directly to this lecture, because these patterns are the not the interrelated with each other. But yeah, if you guys have watched the all the lectures, then it's a really good thing, and if you guys are really doing the homework as well, then it's a really cool thing. We are also going to do the homework problems, and I am also going to provide you homework problem for this pattern as well. So don't worry, guys, there will be lots of stuff, there will be lots of cool stuff we will be going to learn in this lecture as well. Okay guys, so let's start. What is the DP on the strings? Okay, so this is our pattern number 4, guys. So in this type of problem, you will be having a generally two type of the string, or you can say there will be two string. You will be given two string, S1 and S2, and you have to return some result. Either it can be the longest common subsequence, either it can be you have to tell what is the maximum palindromic string, like longest length of the palindromic substring. All other stuff you are given in that string, and you have to find something by comparing both of the string. Like you have to convert some string S1 to S2 by deleting, inserting some character. So these are the problem which falls into these patterns, in which you will be given two types of string. I am not saying that every problem of the string will be fall into this pattern. There will be certain rule for this pattern we are going to see. So don't try to apply dynamic programming on every string problem, because there will be some certain pattern and certain rule. Then you can apply this type of pattern on the problems, right? So now comes to the approach. How to approach this type of pattern, how to approach these type of the problems. So most of the problem on this pattern requires a solution that can be accepted in the order of n square complexity. So what is this mean? The meaning of this, like you have to at least traverse your complexity of order of n square. This means there will be there will be nested loops here, and don't worry guys, we will be seeing a like really cool and really famous problem. Like if you guys like जब भी हम कोई भी string की problem dynamic programming के साथ start करते हैं, this is the really first problem we try to solve, and this is a really famous problem, and this type of problem is going to help you in the lots of the dynamic programming on the string problem. Okay, so how to approach this kind of the patterns problem? This is the generalized code. You guys can take a pause and you guys can take a screenshot, and you can guys note down it how to approach this kind of problem. This is a really generalized code. Like there will be some kind of two loops will be there. You will be iterating over their length, and you will be comparing them, and else part you are going to do something. So we will be seeing a problem here. Don't worry guys. So let's look at a problem here. So problem is you are given a two string here. That is the first I just want to tell you, this is a really famous problem, and most of you have already heard about the longest common subsequence. And now we are going to see how to we can generalize it in a pattern, and how we can apply the pattern onto the other problems as well. So this is the first type of pattern of the string we are going to see here. So the problem is longest common subsequence. So in this problem you will be given a two string, that is text1 and text2, and you have to return the longest common subsequence. So what do you mean by the subsequence here? Here you need to understand what is the meaning of subsequence. Sometimes it is really confusing what is the substring and what is the subsequence. So let me tell you what is the subsequence and what is the substring here. Okay, so I am writing a string here which is my name. Okay, so if I am going to tell you what is substring first. So substring is like you can take a part of the string, and every element will be the contiguous manner. Like you can take a part of string. Suppose I am going to take this part of the string MAN. So this is the continuous character. These are the continuous character, which these are, that means these are the substring. In the substring you can take it, you can take the elements, and there is a order is maintained. Okay, order of the characters are maintained. Also there is the contiguous element. There is a no element which you have left in the middle of the this string. So we can take any part, like if I am going to take HIMAN. Okay, this is another string, and if I take a part IM, this is also a substring, guys. This is also a substring. This is, and every character is also a substring. Like H is also a substring because it is following two conditions: maintaining the order, okay, and also it is contiguous. So contiguous property is not defined on a single character. We have to at least two characters. So every element is maintaining the order, and also every element will be the contiguous. Contiguous means, like if I take this string HIMANSHU, and if I am taking this substring IMS, so this is not a substring. Why? Although it is maintaining the order, okay, but this is not the contiguous, guys. You can see we are missing some character A and N, and we are directly taking the S. This is not a substring. This is not a substring. Why? Because we are missing some characters, and these are not the contiguous manner. So this can't be a substring. Okay. So this is the definition of the substring. Now in our problem, it is defined like the subsequence. What is the subsequence? So subsequence is the kind of the similar thing, but there is a one difference in the substring and subsequence. In the subsequence, the contiguous property need not to be there. Okay, so in the subsequence, if I am taking this string, so in the subsequence, there should be order need to be maintained. Okay, order should be maintained, guys. Okay, and contiguous property need not to be maintained here, guys. This is the really cool thing. Need not to be maintained. If it is maintained, then it is okay. It is also subsequent if it is maintained. So we can say substring is subset of the subsequences. Okay, so substring is the subset of the subsequences. Why? Like if this is the our substring IMAN, because it is satisfying the property of order maintained, and also it is the contiguous element. Okay, but what we will require for the subsequence? Only order wala part, right? We will requiring the order wala part, which is the maintaining by the substring. So every substring is also a subsequence. Sorry, I am confusing here, you guys. So we can say substring is a part of the subsequence, and substring is a subset of the subsequence. We can say that, like if you are given a set of the subsequences of a given string, then there will be some kind of substring as well, which will be existing in the set of the subsequences, right, guys? So what we have learned here, so subsequence will not need to maintain the order. Will not need to maintain the contiguous property, but the substring need to follow the both property, right? So like I am going to write substring, okay, and here I am going to write subsequence property. So there should be order maintained, okay, there should be contiguous wali property maintained in the substring, okay, but in the subsequence there should be maintained the order wala property only. Okay, so may or may not, this contiguous wali property may or may not. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it is contiguous or not. So if I am talking about the HIMA and SHU in this string, like I am S, this is a subsequence, we are maintaining the order. So now my question is, how many subsequence will be there for a given string. Okay, so if it is, this is the string A, B, C, so what will be the subsequence here? This is the first subsequence. Okay, this is the our second subsequence. Okay, this is our subsequence. Okay, AB is also subsequence. Okay, AC is also subsequence. Okay, BC is also subsequence. Okay, and C we have taken, and ABC is also a subsequence. Okay, so there are the 7 subsequence for this string, and also empty string is also a subsequence of this string. So these are the subsequence. So how many subsequence for the given string? There is the 2 raised to the n subsequence for the given string. N is the length of the string. Okay guys, so there will be 2 raised to the n, there will be 2 raised to the n subsequence for a given string. Okay, so now problem comes to the how many substring will be there. So this will be the order of n square property, guys. So we are not going to deep dive into the substring and subsequence. This is the just the context for this problem. So we have identified the number of subsequences 2 raised to the n for a given string. Okay, now we have identified what is the subsequence. So now coming back to our original problem, the problem is a subsequence. We have already defined what is the subsequence. So we have to find the longest common subsequence in the both the string. Okay, what do you mean by the longest common subsequence? Okay, if I am taking this example A, B, C, D, E and A, C, E, A, B, C, D, E and A, C, E. Okay, so what is the longest common subsequence? Common is the subsequence which should be present in the both string. So if I am taking A, B, C, D, E and another subsequence is another string is A, C, E. So what is the common subsequence here? Okay, the common subsequence is the ACE. Okay, AC is a subsequence in this string as well, and AC is a subsequence in the this string as well. Okay, A, C and E, and the length of the common subsequence is 3. Okay guys, so length is here is 3. We can see the length of the common subsequence is 3, which is the longest common subsequence. So in the problem itself, we are given the 2 string and we have to find longest common subsequence, not only the common subsequence length, the longest common subsequence which we can get. Okay, now before jumping into the solution and code of the part, I just want to let you guys here think about the problem and think about the brute force approach first. Take a pause here and think about the brute force solution first, how you guys can do the problem, how you guys can think in the manner of the brute force solution. Okay guys, so hope you guys have you have gone through the brute force solution. So what can be the brute force solution? So what will be the brute force solution? 1 second guys. So what will be the brute force solution here? So what we can do, we can find all the subsequence for every string and we can match them. So what I have told you, like the subsequence, what will be the number of subsequence? That will be the 2 raised to the n, which is the really huge. You cannot find all the subsequence because subsequence is the 2 raised to the n, which is not possible to code it, right? And now think about the optimal solution and think how our dynamic programming can help. Can you think in the terms of the generalized solution we have discussed? Okay, generalized solution, let me tell you, like this is our generalized solution, and can you think about in this term? Okay, so take a pause here guys and think about the optimal solution in this term. Okay, let's do this problem first. So how we are going to do this problem? Okay, so if I talk about the bottom up manner, so I am going to fill the table here. Okay, so before jumping into the solution, I just want to do a dry run for you guys. So this is the A, B, C, D, E and A, C, E. So A, B, C, D, E and A, C, E. So we will be having a grid here. Okay, what will be the grid size here, guys? So grid size will be the 1 2 3 4 5 cross 3. Okay, so what we will be having here, we will be having the 6 rows. 1, okay, 2, 3, 1 2 3 4 and 5 and 6. So we will be having a grid of 5 plus 1 cross 3 plus 1, that is 6 cross 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and we require one more. Okay, and 4 column we require. Okay, 1 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I always do a dry run before jumping in the solution, guys. I am saying again and again. So if you are guys not comfortable with the dry run, just look at this problem, how we are going to do the dry run. So A, B, C, D and E. Okay, so this is our zeroth column. So what I am going to do here, so I am going to match every character with this string. Okay, so I am going to mark it 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. 0 1 2 0 1 2 and 3. Okay, I am going to just mark this as my column. Okay, so if I talk about the 0th column, so what the 0th column is representing here, guys? Can you quickly think about what is the dp of ij is telling me? So this the matrix name is dp. What can you quickly think about that? What is the dp of ij is telling me? So dp of ij is telling me here what is the maximum number, what is the maximum length of common subsequence if I am considering the length of the string of the first string is I and the length of the second string is j. The dp of ij is giving me the answer for the ith length of the I length of the first string and j length of the second string. If I am considering I length and jth length, okay, if I am considering I length and j length of the second string, what will be the maximum number of answers? So we are going to do a smaller problem first here. We are going to divide our problem into the smaller part. So what we will do, we will iterate our I from 0 to n, that is our length of the first string, and from 0 to m, that is our length of the second string. So in the very first we are going to see the length of the 0. Okay, so we are going to see the length, if what if the length is the 0 of the first string and what if the length of the 0 of the second string. Okay, that is the dp of 0 and 0. So in that case there is a no common subsequence, then it will be the 0. Okay, so if I talk about what if the length is the 1 of the first string, length is the one string, I is 1 and j is 0. So length of the first string, that means we are considering A. Okay, we are considering A here and j is 0 here, j is still 0 here. So in that case there is no common subsequence. And what if I am considering 1 to 2? I am considering the length of the first string as 2, that is A to B. Okay, and the length of the second string is still empty, that is j is 0. So in that case there is also no common subsequence. So that's in this way we are going to match our common subsequence length, right? So that is the 0 if I am taking the substring as the 0 of the second string. Well, similar fashion we will be having the 0 in the first row as well, because j, we are increasing j now. Now we are increasing the index of this string, that is ACE, and the first string is the empty. Okay, this is the meaning of our first row and the first column. Okay, now what we are going to do, for every I and j we are going to match our character of the string in the manner we have matched in the previously. We are going to match our character. What if they are equal? If they are equal, that means we have find the some match and we can increment our answer from 1. Okay, if there is a match, we can increment our answer from 1. Okay, so if there is a match, like if I am talking about I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 1. Okay, so I is equal to 1 as in I am taking the A and A. So I am just talking about this string. So there is a one match here, and I am talking about the both the string of the length of 1, and there is a one match, and the maximum common subsequence for the one length string of the both, that is 1. How we are going to define it? How we are going to use previous answer? What we are going to do? We are going to just add over 1 in the previous answer. If there is a match, what we are going to do? dp of ij. If there is a match, what we are going to do? 1 plus dp of I minus j. Okay. So if there is a match, we are going to do this. If s of s1 of I is equal to s2 of j. This is the thing we are going to do if there is a match. What if there is a no match? So in this case, we have two options. Either we can go forward and in the first string, either I can increment I plus 1, or either I can go into the second string. So we are taking into account two strings. Either I can go forward in the first string, either I can go into the second string. So what we are going to do? dp of ij will be the dp of I j minus 1. Either I can go into the first string, or either I can go into this string. Okay, and we have to take the maximum because we have to find the longest common subsequence. So this will be the overall recurrence relation here, guys, and now we are going to follow this recurrence relation and we are going to fill this table. So if you want to do it on yourself, so take a pause and skip this part, and you guys can take a screenshot of this recurrence relation and just do a dry run on your copy, and you can do it on your notebook and on your whatever you are using, like on your cam, you are using your iPad or anything. Just do a dry run, and now I am going to fill this table. So now A and A are matching, and I am going to 0 plus 1, that is 1. Okay. In the case of 1 and 2, I am taking the length of this string as 2 and length of this string as 1. So in the case of this, if I am talking about the length of the string, so there is AC in the second string and the one string is the 1. Okay. So what I can do here, guys, I can take the maximum of this and I can take the maximum of this. So what is the maximum of 1 and 0? That is 1. And in this case also, what is the maximum of this? That is 1. Okay. So now if I talk about the B, so B is not matching with C. Okay, B is not matching with C. Okay. So if B is not matching with C, I can take either this, either this. So what is the maximum of from both of these? That is 1. And now B is not matching with C as well. So what is the maximum? That is 1. Now B is not matching with E as well. That maximum of these two is 1. Now if I talk about the C, so here you need to understand, guys, if I am talking about the C, in that case, what will be your answer here? If I am taking A, C and A, B, C. Okay, I am just taking this string. Okay, so what will be your answer in that case, guys? If the C is not matching with A, in this case this will be the 1, but now C is matching with C. Now what I am going to do, I am going to add in this 1 plus 1, that is 2, right? And now C is not matching with E, so maximum of these two is 2. Now if I am talk about the D and A is not matching, the maximum is 1. And D and C is also not matching, the maximum and from 1 and 2 is 2. And D and E is also not matching, the maximum is 2 still here. E and A is not matching, that is 1. And E, C is also not matching, So we can say it is 2 because the maximum of these two is 2. Now E and E are matching. So what will the maximum? That is 2 plus 1. That is the 3. So this cell will give our answer in the end. So this is how we are going to do our bottom up approach. We are going to just the match of the two character, and we are going to use this recurrence relation. This is our longest common subsequence problem, guys. If I talk about the bottom up approach here, so you can see the code. The code is like pretty straightforward here. So like we are going to just match the code dp of ij. If the text 1 is matching with the text 2, and also if that is not matching, we are just going to use that thing. So we have done the dry run here, and we have seen the code here. So if I just want to do I just want to give you homework here, guys. Just quickly think about the top down approach. I am just going to do it like that. I am just going to do a pseudocode here for the top down approach. But what you have observed in the bottom up approach, again in the bottom up approach, we are starting from the very smaller problem. We are starting from the 0, 0, and then we are approaching towards the bigger problem, and also we are storing the result. But what will be in the bottom up approach? So we will start from a bigger problem. In the top down approach? So we will start from a bigger problem. We will be approaching towards the smaller problem. Then now we have the results of all the smaller problem. Again we will approaching towards the bigger problems. This is how we done in the top down approach. So I want you guys to go through the top down approach once. Just write the code on yourself. I will be writing a pseudocode for the top down here. So what will be the top down approach here? Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I will be having a function here, okay, which will be accepting two string s1 and s2 and m length. Okay, now I am not going to start with the 0, 0 length. I am going to directly start from the and m length. That is how we done in the bottom top down approach. We are starting from the bigger problem. So if n is less than 0, so if I talk about the code here, if n is less than 0 or m is less than 0, then it will be returned. We will be returning 0 in this case. Okay, and now what if s1 of n is matching with the s2 of m? What will happen in this case, guys? Now this is the similar case which we will be having in the bottom up approach as well. What we will do here, we will return 1 plus our function, okay, 1 plus function s1, s2 and n minus 1 and m minus 1, guys. We are having a match here. We are going to reduce the both length, right? And otherwise, if there is a no match, what we are going to return? We are going to return maximum of function of s1, s2. In the either we can decrement this, okay, or we can decrement second wala string. So this is how our pseudocode look like. You guys can try the code here. You guys can memorize it, and to do the memorization we will be having a dp of nm, and you can store the result as well. So we will be having kind of dp of nm, and you guys can memorize it as well. So this will be our result, and this will be our top down approach. I have written the pseudocode here, so you guys can do the memorize here. So I am going to show the code of this approach as well. So here you guys can see the लंबा चौड़ा code, but yeah, don't fear, इससे डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, because this is the really simple, guys. This is the thing what we are doing here. We just need to consider the length, and we just need to count the recurrence. We just need to implement a recurrence relation here. So here is the homework for you guys. You guys can do the top down approach on yourself first, and I have provided the homework problems in the description as well. So go there and submit all the problems, and if you guys face any kind of difficulty, कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताना कि क्या डिफिकल्टी आपको फेस हो रही है, क्या प्रॉब्लम आपको समझ नहीं आ रही है। हम उसको एक सेपरेट लेक्चर में डिस्कस कर सकते हैं। अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है जो समझ में नहीं आ रही है, वी कैन डेफिनेटली कैन टेक दैट प्रॉब्लम इन द अनदर लेक्चर। ओके गाइस, सो दैट वाज इट फ्रॉम माय साइड। सो अगर ये आपको वीडियो पसंद आया है तो इसको लाइक भी करो, इसको अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करो, और इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना, क्योंकि अभी काफ़ी सारे अच्छे अच्छे स्टफ आने वाले हैं डायनेमिक प्रोग्रामिंग के। सो दिस वाज द रियली वन पैटर्न, दैट वाज द डीपी ऑन द स्ट्रिंग, हाउ यू गोना अप्लाई द डीपी ऑन द स्ट्रिंग एज वेल। एंड इस वीडियो को लाइक जरूर करना और अपना प्यार जरूर दिखाना यार। मतलब जितना ज़्यादा अच्छे से आप कमेंट सेक्शन करोगे, कमेंट में जितने अच्छे से आप कमेंट करोगे, जितना अच्छा आप इंटरेक्टिव रहोगे, उतनी अच्छी एनर्जी मेरे को मिलेगी और उतनी अच्छे अच्छे स्टफ मैं आपके लिए लेके आऊँगा। ओके गाइस, सो थैंक यू गाइस। सो मिलते हैं अगले लेक्चर में। ओके बाय गाइस, लेट्स क्रैक इट।